News 4. Unpredictable turn. Sunderland keeps the dream. Sheffield United in free fall. The championship is never short on drama, but this round was a true blockbuster. Sunderland, fueled by revival hopes, clinched a gripping win over Sheffield United. The deciding strike came from Wilson Isidore, a newcomer brimming with energy, sealing his impact after a controversial transfer saga. His timely goal tore apart the opposition's defense and ignited roaring celebrations among the home faithful. Sheffield United, once expected to challenge at the top, are starting to look drained after 3 winless matches. These narrow losses can be especially painful when they had a real chance from the opening whistle. But an early missed penalty rattled Chris Wilder's men, unraveling their tactical blueprint and sending them spiraling to third place, trailing Leeds and Burnley in the standings. The disappointment is heightened by memories of recent collapses during decisive stretches. On the other side, coach Regis Lou Briss could not hide his delight. His bold switch to a quick transition, high-press strategy paid rich dividends. Jobe Bellingham, Eliezer Mayenda, and Isidore displayed a powerful synergy, delivering a vivid portrait of youth brimming with potential. Keeper Anthony Patterson also produced stunning saves at crucial moments, preserving Sunderland's slim lead. Some fans now claim Sunderland is tasting the sweet flavors of its storied past, recalling the team's hallmark grit and hunger. Though they still trail the top spots by some margin, their current form nourishes dreams of a promotion push to the Premier League. Meanwhile, Sheffield United face a sobering wake-up call. They're skilled enough to bounce back, provided they revamp their system and rekindle their attacking spark. Every match is now a do-or-die encounter. Contrasting fortunes paint 2 portraits, one surging, one stumbling. That's the essence of championship football. No side remains weak forever, and no team can rest on its laurels. The final victor often is the side that can adapt and rise from adversity. Can Sunderland sustain this fervor? Will Sheffield United recover before it's too late? News 1. Stunning Glasgow derby. Rangers soar, Celtic left reeling. A momentous twist electrified the tense Old Firm derby. Rangers destroyed arch-rivals Celtic with a resounding scoreline, leaving everyone stunned. Glasgow's football capital erupted in euphoria on the blue side, while the green and white half departed under a cloud of disbelief over their once invincible reputation. The Ibrox crowd roared in delirium as the home side surged forward relentlessly. In a flash, Hagi's strike put Schmeichel at a standstill and plunged Celtic's defense into panic. Celtic looked helpless against Raskin's tireless, all-encompassing display in midfield, orchestrating the flow, firing pinpoint passes, and suffocating any sign of a comeback. Handed the captain's armband by Clement, Raskin sparked the team with boundless energy, excelling in both possession and ball recovery. Bolstering the cause, Rangers' backline, including Fraser and Sterling, efficiently neutralized Celtic's attacking threats, whether from Kyogo, Hatate, or any other star. Statistics showed Celtic enduring the highest number of shots faced since record-keeping began in 2013-14. Even a canny manager like Rodgers stood there, brow furrowed, powerless as wave after wave of Rangers' attacks bombarded his side. The match hit fever pitch as Rangers notched 3 goals, capped by a finish from Danilo, who had barely stepped onto the pitch before scoring. Celtic fans fell silent, watching their side struggle for a consolation that never came. To make matters worse, a few overzealous home supporters allegedly threw coins toward Celtic players, raising the specter of SFA sanctions for Rangers. Despite slicing into Celtic's lead on the league table, an 11-point gap still looms large for any dreams of an epic title upset. The real shock, however, lies in the mental fallout that has shaken Glasgow. Celtic no longer look like the unassailable champions of yesteryear, and Rodgers' men must brace for a tidal wave of demands for change if a few more defeats follow. Meanwhile, Rangers stick, as home fans proudly call themselves, are celebrating to the max, and boss Clement can rest easy, having won the currency he needs to carry on into a high-stakes 2025. News 7. 2025, a blazing milestone for women's football worldwide. Women's football soared to new heights over the past year with thrilling action and unforgettable milestones. Now, the stage is set for an even bigger explosion in 2025. The centerpiece? The European Championship in Switzerland, where a host of European powerhouses will chase glory. England enter as defending champions, facing formidable contenders in Spain, Germany, France, and more. Each looks capable of dethroning the Lionesses. Meanwhile, Africa's top-flight tournament, the Women's Africa Cup of Nations (AFCON), finally makes its return. South Africa aim to defend their crown, but hosts Morocco, powerhouses Nigeria, and dark horse Zambia are all primed to upset. After prior scheduling chaos, the entire continent is eager to witness these teams battle for the ultimate prize. In South America, the 10th edition of the Copa America in Ecuador promises intense competition. Brazil, the undisputed regional juggernaut, target yet another title, though challengers like Colombia, Argentina, and Chile vow to halt their juggernaut run. This tournament's finalists also claim tickets to the 2028 Olympics, adding extra pressure. Elsewhere, the second season of the Women's Nations League in Europe continues to sizzle. Spain clash with England in a rematch of the 2023 World Cup final, while Germany, France, the Netherlands, Sweden, and more vie for that coveted trophy. Even in lower leagues, teams like Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland remain hungry for promotion and a shot at the 2027 World Cup. Finally, all eyes will be on Canada, launching the Northern Super League in April, its first ever professional women's competition. 6 pioneer clubs, Halifax Tides, Montreal Roses, AFC Toronto, Calgary Wild, Ottawa Rapid, Vancouver Rise, have formed, bringing in new talent and coaches. Yes, 2025 truly stands as a supercharged spectacle for women's football, with tournaments on every continent. Expect fierce matches that showcase spirit, resilience, and the unique brilliance of the women's game. Gear up for showdowns, record-breaking crowds, and the unstoppable rise of this global sport. News 3. Arsenal's subdued spell, tough fixtures loom. What's next? Fans have grown accustomed to an unyielding, formidable Arsenal under Mikel Arteta. Yet few foresaw moments of disjointed play and the looming question: where's Saka, and who can replace him? Without Bukayo Saka in their recent outing, Arsenal revealed a few chinks in the armor. Early on, the Gunners dominated possession. In the Premier League, they remain near the top, while supporters clamor for Arteta to find reinforcements in the transfer market. But with Saka injured and Kai Havertz sidelined by illness, Arsenal have lost some of their usual fluency, prompting jokes that Arteta's squad looks like a bird missing feathers, unable to fly high. Yet once in action, they still proved fearsome in controlling the midfield and radiating a winning mentality. Perhaps the brightest note was Gabriel Jesus, who has rediscovered his scoring touch and declared he's ready to lead from the front if Arteta finds the right approach. It won't be easy, though, as Mikel Merino is only just back from a layoff. Martin Odegaard is juggling numerous responsibilities, and Thomas Partey is stretched thin. With multiple competitions, player performance seems to have dipped at times. Arteta refuses to pin blame on anyone, but the squad is undeniably paying the price for fighting on many fronts: the Champions League, Premier League, plus the FA and Carabao Cups. Injuries add up, seemingly peeling away Arsenal's protective shell. Even so, an ambitious, youthful backbone remains, fueling hope for a blockbuster run in 2025. The Gunners nearly toppled Liverpool, almost outpaced Man City, and remain committed to breaking their own barriers. Though battered, Arteta stands firm on the touchline, convinced that only unwavering resolve will secure victory in the end. Is this lull simply the calm before the storm that will catapult Arsenal even higher? "Watch out, the Gunners will be back," exclaims one passionate fan. Once vital players recover and Saka returns, Arsenal's push for supremacy resumes in earnest. News 10. Scottish Premiership twist, Rangers rout Celtic, Rodgers left shell-shocked. Sometimes a huge derby doesn't decide the title outright, but it can alter the entire mood of a season. Rangers have left Celtic in a daze with a commanding performance at Ibrox. The 3-0 scoreline not only exposed a surprising vulnerability in the reigning champions, but also injected renewed belief into Rangers' title aspirations. From the opening whistle, Rangers pressed high, swarming Celtic's defense. Within minutes, Hoggy's low drive beat Schmeichel, forcing Celtic into a defensive mindset. Throughout the first half, the the visitors struggled to organize a coherent response. Kyogo, Hatate, and McGregor all had fleeting efforts but found no way past the disciplined Rangers backline and the stellar Raskin display. Clement must be beaming. Handing Raskin the captain's armband turned him into a midfield titan, controlling every key moment. The match reached its zenith in the second half as Proper doubled the lead, stunning Rogers. Celtic became progressively disjointed, culminating in Danilo's neat finish for Rangers' third. The Ibrox crowd exploded, celebrating with unbridled joy. Yet for Celtic, the psychological toll is the biggest concern. Though they still command an 11-point lead, their air of invincibility has cracked. If they continue dropping points like this, that cushion could vanish quickly. Brendan Rodgers has now suffered only his second Old Firm defeat, reminding everyone Celtic are far from untouchable. Fans are beginning to question the manager's methods, while Rangers revel in the possibility of a revived title race. The Scottish Premiership is about to intensify further. Clement has silenced many doubters with this triumph. The coming weeks promise more storms as mindsets shift after such a seismic result. How will Celtic recover from Rangers' punch? The football world holds its breath to find out. News 6. Arsenal counters Liverpool. Unyielding spirit heats up Premier League race. Mikel Arteta has never hidden his ambition to bring Arsenal back to the pinnacle of the Premier League. While Liverpool confidently topped the table, the Gunners just fired a strong signal after a gutsy victory over Brentford. Once again, their all-round attacking style and never-say-die mentality forged a remarkable result. Brentford stunned Arsenal early, shaking David Raya's net via Brian Bumo. This had Gunners fans on edge. Yet in adversity, Arsenal's class shone through. The renaissance of Gabriel Jesus, who netted the equalizer from close range, lifted everyone at the Emirates. From then on, Arsenal grew stronger, constantly pressing Brentford and radiating a steadfast winning mindset. Arteta does face ongoing squad headaches, injuries to Bukayo Saka and other key players, and Kai Havertz's sudden illness limit the manager's creative options. Still, the perseverance of stand-ins like Ethan Nwaneri keeps the Gunners afloat. In trademark Nicholas Jover fashion, a brilliantly orchestrated set-piece further secured their lead, once again reminding everyone of the cunning behind the scenes. Fans jokingly christened them Set Piece FC for the lethal restarts conjured by clever coaching staff. The more they played, the more Arsenal displayed that lethal trait. Unshaken morale and readiness to rise from any setback, sometimes in a single instant. Arteta's men target the near future with a jam-packed schedule, though the Spanish manager insists, "We're only getting started. We have the potential, the belief. Just look how hard we fight." Down the home stretch, Liverpool still stands tall, while Man City shows renewed form. Yet nothing can quell the Gunners' hunger to break the stranglehold at the top. The recipe, under Arteta, spirit and resolve, remains unstoppable. Once more, Arsenal fills supporters with fresh hope, building anticipation for what lies ahead. In such a chaotic season, who can say the Gunners won't deliver the biggest surprise? News 8. Wave of rising stars shapes English women's football, a revolution unfolds. The women's football scene in England is witnessing a vibrant generational shift. Clubs are unveiling next-gen talents, many under 20, ready to threaten the status quo once held by established veterans. Leading the charge, these players have already signed professional deals and are pushing for starting berths at clubs like West Ham, Charlton, Arsenal, and Brighton. Each week, fans eagerly await new teen prodigies who might explode on the scene. Observers marvel at how poised they look, despite their tender years. England's elaborate youth development is fueling the pipeline, with major clubs unafraid to trust new recruits. Injuries, especially to knees and ligaments, are an ever-present worry, but these youngsters' fearless style and unwavering self-belief keep them pressing forward. Simultaneously, cutthroat competition drives the FAWSL to greater heights. The up-and-coming players are scoring goals, delivering assists, and defending with passion. Local media spotlight their astounding rise, suggesting a bright future for the national team. Some, despite their youth, have already been called into under-23 or senior squads, itching to prove themselves on Europe's biggest stages. From 16 or 17-year-olds making Champions League debuts to 18-year-olds capturing monthly MVP awards in the second division. It's clear this new generation has arrived with a bang. Though external pressures loom large, social media hype, sponsor deals, the unstoppable momentum of these young women suggests they'll shape the next dominant era in English football. Fans simply can't wait to witness these unstoppable talents lift the women's game to new summits. News 2. Rangers keeper crisis. Jack Butland hospitalized amidst key absences. Before the season could even reach its toughest stretch, Rangers faced a shock blow. First-choice goalkeeper Jack Butland was hospitalized with severe internal bleeding in his leg. The incident struck at a critical juncture, leaving supporters anxious and forcing the coaching staff to scramble for a stand-in ahead of a pivotal Old Firm clash. A few days prior, Butland, the former England international, was found suffering from a significant bleed in his calf, severe enough to keep him overnight in hospital for intensive examinations. Rangers confirmed that he would miss the upcoming Celtic match, while his potential return date remains uncertain. The news has rattled fans, given Butland's invaluable contributions since his move in summer 2023. Many ask, can the team stay in contention without Butland for long? Butland himself released a statement on social media, calling it awful timing and lamenting his inability to help the team. He vowed to support his teammates wholeheartedly while sidelined. This misfortune compounds the woes of manager Philippe Clement, who is already grappling with injuries to defensive stalwarts John Souter and Leon Balogun. Worse still, the club finds itself lagging in the title race, where even a minor slip can spell the end of their championship hopes. With no choice, Clement must put his faith in Liam Kelly, a summer signing from Motherwell, hoping Kelly can provide at least some measure of calm to keep fans' nerves in check. Yet can a backup adequately fill the gaping void left by Butland? The pressure grows further without the injured captain James Tavernier to guide the backline. Indeed, it never rains but it pours. Rangers must now grit their teeth and hope they can avoid a total collapse. Fans remain desperate for Butland's speedy recovery, while Clement faces a fierce trial by fire in patching up the squad. The big question: can Rangers still hold on to their ambitions as injuries mount and the Scottish Premiership intensifies? Once again, fate seems to be testing the resolve and determination of the Ibrox faithful. News 9. Enhanced youth academies, football's future secured? In recent years, with soaring investment in football, talk often centers on blockbuster transfers and sky-high player wages. Yet fewer people notice the blossoming youth academies, where talented seedlings receive meticulous nurturing. Global analysts say these training centers have undergone major transformations, from top-notch scouting to cutting-edge curriculums, ushering in a golden generation of 2000 to 2001-born talents. That's apparent in youth competitions brimming with players showing impressive technical ability and game intelligence. Gone are the days of relying solely on brute strength. Today's youth embrace advanced tactical concepts, technology-driven coaching, plus robust mental and nutritional support. As a result, big clubs can confidently promote a host of academy graduates to senior teams without worry. Crucially, this generation welcomes innovation, unafraid to break norms and push boundaries. Many seamlessly adjust to the pace of the Premier League, La Liga, or Bundesliga, soon challenging veteran mainstays for starting spots. Stars like Jude Bellingham or Pedri highlight the trajectory that many aspiring teens now hope to emulate. Still, there's a flip side. Sudden fame, big money, and the pitfalls of a lavish lifestyle can derail even the most promising. Even so, football's cycle continues, with each wave of newcomers providing a deep well of talent. Clubs that handle their development responsibly, both on and off the pitch, stand poised for long-term success. The Guardian picks the best prospect is more than a roster. It's also a barometer of ambition and the game's future. Seeing top-flight clubs seamlessly integrate youth proves that success is not merely about money, but also about raising and shaping the next generation. Everyone hopes this new golden crop will sustain